Today, we are going to Typhoon Lagoon because we just got back from a trip to Ohio and we need somewhere to unwind, and it is 3,157 degrees in Florida. With her.
Summertime.
Meow.
Your favorite place.
The storm is over, the coast is clear, so come and see the view from here. It does look like it could storm or rain, but we're going to try to make the best of it. If you've never been to Typhoon Lagoon, the mini donut stand that is Joffrey's is the best mini donuts I've ever had in my life. I would recommend this as a must if you are stopping at Typhoon Lagoon. The latest news is that cool kids don't want skin cancer, so sunscreen is a must. Now, I don't usually talk about this, but I actually used to be a cast member here at Typhoon Lagoon. But I don't ever talk about it.
Never.
Fun fact, they call this a water park because there is water here.
Wow.
It is starting to rain, so we are getting a little bit wet, which is never good at a water park. Disney's policy for weather is as long as they can see the bottom of the water and there's no lightning within 6 miles, they stay open. If ice cream is what you're after, look no further than Happy Landings Ice Cream. They have the famous Pail Bucket ice cream kit that you can get. Opening in 1989, this was the second of 3 water parks here at the Disney World property. This was built during the Eisner era of expansion. It was built just before Blizzard Beach was. The first of those 3 water parks was River Country, which is over by Fort Wilderness. It closed during the 2001 tourism crash. The clouds are not looking super promising, so we are going to go to the wave pool and try to enjoy whatever we can before it storms. Oh, that was thunder. Woo! Right over there was a giant thunder. Super interesting fact that everyone will find interesting. The announcement says that a wave will break every 90 seconds. However, after working here, I timed it and it was every 109 seconds. Wow! Well, the storm looks like it's just coming in even more, so we are going to call it a little early, go to the lazy river to take us back around to our area. Ooh, that could be mean. Working at Typhoon Lagoon, this was always my favorite spot because you got a great view of the waterfalls, but then you also got to go in the cave when it was super hot. So you could kind of escape the heat. This here is known as Humunga Cowabunga, otherwise known as the Wedgie Maker. Every morning someone would have to go and test the slides. And this one was always one great way to wake up if you did not have your morning coffee. Have I mentioned that I worked here before? I can't remember if I mentioned that. I actually used to work here at Typhoon Lagoon a couple years ago. I don't usually talk about it though. If you head towards the back of Typhoon Lagoon and you look off to the right-hand side, you're going to see this upside-down boat. And you might think that that's just part of the theme. It was actually part of an old ride. You used to be able to snorkel with saltwater animals. Unfortunately, after a couple of years, they filled it up with cement and they took the fish, some to Epcot and some were sold to a private party. Now, if you're like me and you're interested in a bit of abandoned history, you can actually still see the jump off points that they had. So this was all part of the area that you would snorkel. While I unfortunately was never able to see this in person, I do have some cool pictures when my family went in the late 1990s. Just off to the left-hand side of that, you can actually see where that original queue was, where people would line up to go and do that. A common complaint from guests were that the water was super, super cold. Now, the reason that Disney gave for closing it was declining costs and declining visitors. However, unfortunately, there was a gentleman who had a heart attack in the water, and because he was facing down, they were not actually able to see him right away. So it became a dangerous situation in which people were not able to be observed safely, and Disney couldn't guarantee the safety, so they closed it down. Ooh, there was a big old lightning. Let's see if we can hear the thunder. Nope, just a crazy dude staring at the sky. Never mind. I don't know if I've said this yet, but I actually did used to work here at Typhoon Lagoon as a cast member a couple years back. I don't usually talk about it though. They did finally call for everyone to get out of the water, so the pools are now getting emptied.
Yeah, we timed that pretty perfectly.
I would agree. A borderline uninteresting fact, if you look at the flags at the opening of Typhoon Lagoon, you might think that it might just be nonsense theming, but in nautical terms it actually spells out Typhoon Lagoon. While it wasn't the ending we were looking for, we did at least get to come and relax for a little bit. Thank you for watching. Please hit subscribe so I can feed my family.